The kidnap and detention of Southern Cameroonian citizen Abdul Karim by French Cameroon authorities at a time when the Paul Biya administration should be working towards building confidence measures that guarantee a conducive environment for security and talks to end the 3-year senseless war should be roundly condemned by the international community, the people of Ambazonia and the citizens of La République du Cameroon. Today is Friday, the 27th of September 2019. I am Milton Tucker, spokesperson of the interim government of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, and I bring to you the sad news that our lawyers have finally located Comrade Abdul Karim, now missing for almost 72 hours, at the dreaded set detention facility, a facility with a notorious record of inhuman treatment of detainees and political prisoners, as per reports from credible and reputable human rights groups. It cannot be that in the 21st century, in this day and age, any Ambazonian, irrespective of their status in society, that includes funds and chiefs, their age, sex, or location, would dare to exercise their freedom of speech on the current La République du Cameroon carnage taking place in our land, are seriously terrorized or summarily executed by La République du Cameroon military, abducted, disappeared, locked up under the most cruel of conditions, and sentenced to extended jail terms, including life, without respecting their rights to a fair trial. It cannot be that as an Ambazonian, you either choose slavery, be dead silent in the face of the most provocative conduct from the new French Cameroon government, or simply go on exile far out of Ambazonia to stay safe. It cannot be that in your land of birth you suffer cruel death through brutal massacre by La République du Cameroon military personnel, or unjustifiable arrest or abduction and imprisonment if suspected of having any sympathy for the collective suffering of the people of the Southern Cameroons and Ambazonia. It cannot be that at the same time, while the French Cameroon government is singing national dialogue on all their media platforms, sending the same group of people who still give orders till this day for Ambazonians to be massacred in their thousands, now in excess of 10,000 dead, give orders for the burning of villages, now more than 300, the same perpetrators, the same oppressors, the same suppressors of our people, will continue to sponsor abduction and the disappearance of our citizens, mostly armless and vulnerable, are sent around either our country, Ambazonia, or around the world in the name of national dialogue. It cannot be that in the face of such wanton abuse of human rights and war crimes perpetrated by the government of colonial French Cameroon, the calls from the international community, the United Nations, the African Union, the European Union, friendly countries, are not strong enough to get French Cameroon stop the assault, stop the slaughter of armless Ambazonian civilians, stop the indiscriminate kidnap arrest of Ambazonians, stop the genocide, stop the senseless war. This has got to stop. I come to you today on behalf of our brother, our leader, the anti-colonialist, the anti-annexist, the anti-imperialist, the voice of the voiceless, the humble servant of the people, Comrade Abdul Karim. It is almost 72 hours since Comrade Abdul Karim was abducted and disappeared by Secret Service agents of colonial French Cameroon for being a vocal and unapologetical advocate for the protection of the rights, dignity, and identity of the people of the Southern Cameroons, aka Ambazonia. It is almost 72 hours that his family, friends, and comrades have no idea or had no idea of his whereabouts until now. Saying he is a Southern Cameroonian cannot be a crime. It is a fact. Saying there are two Cameroons, French Cameroon, aka La République du Cameroon, and the Southern Cameroons with known international boundaries, the people, distinct administrative cultures, especially with the inexistence of a Union Treaty, is a verifiable fact. Saying The La Republic's so-called national dialogue is a monologue, does not come close to being a dialogue, talk less of negotiations that must happen for sanity to reign in the two Cameroons is a verifiable fact. La République du Cameroon, as perpetrator of gross human rights violations on the people of Ambazonia, cannot choose its representatives to the chariot called National Dialogue and at the same time appoint representatives for the victims of its war, Ambazonians, while doubling in its role as referee and grand judge all at the same time. So what is Comrade Abdul Karim's crime? This is a question we Ambazonians pose to the colonial French Cameroon government. The interim government calls on the government of French Cameroon to immediately and unconditionally release Comrade Abdul Karim. The same appeal we made for all our innocent comrades now serving long-term jail terms. Speaking the truth fearlessly, calling for an end to La République du Cameroon's senseless war, calling for the release of all Ambazonian political prisoners, condemning the monologue in the name of a La République du Cameroon court dialogue, and calling for dialogue on a safe foreign territory in Europe, the US, or friendly African countries with credible security records, as well as having the presence of third-party mediators, cannot and will never constitute a crime. The arrest of Comrade Abdul Karim constitutes the arrest of all Ambazonians and a major demonstration of bad faith by the French Cameroon administration at a time when the world is begging to see an end to their senseless war that has completely destroyed the security situation and economy of the people of the southern Cameroon's Ambazonia. Intimidation, threats, imprisonment, death will not deter us. Only the complete administration of justice for peace to reign and freedom of our people will take us off our mission to end 58 years of servitude and destruction of everything Ambazonian. It is total independence or resistance forever. We this day join all our revolutionary actors and nationalist movements to launch a hashtag Free Abdul Karim campaign. Free Abdul Karim campaign. Freedom of speech is a right. Freedom of association is a right. And no one will take that away from us. This is Milton Tucker, Secretary of State for the Department of Communication and Information Technology of the Interim Government, Federal Republic of Ambazonia.